All right, let's get right to it. We will get to the bottom levels, teams that don't deserve their own tier name. Let's just reveal them. The bottom of the barrel, the Oklahoma City Ponzi scheme. At some point, you're going to want to try to win basketball games, but that point ain't coming this year. There's Wild's Frisky Magic who are on alert. The Pistons, I actually think, could be fun to watch. I like Cade. And it pained me to put the Blazers and the Spurs down here because of the respect I have for Dame and Pop. But both of those teams are play-in at best. Okay, now to the teams that really matter or semi-matter. I guess. Bulls, Jazz, Hawks, Hornets. Bulls and Jazz are both going to be worse next year than they were this year, and this year they weren't good enough to win a round. Hawks and Hornets, they'll be fine. But none of these teams have any shot at winning a playoff round. And sorry, Mr. Young, Trey's dad, I know you're a viewer, and I know you're going to tweet at me. Sorry, it's not your son's fault. I like him. Team's not that good. Okay, next group, on the upswing, great young players on this team. I love Zion. Really like Brandon Ingram. Love Anthony Edwards. I'm okay with Karl Anthony Towns. Love Mobley. Really like Garland. And Scotty Barnes. I know he plays in Canada, but Scotty Barnes is awesome. One of these teams is going to be next year, this year's Grizzlies. The team that got like the little taste of the playoffs and then is a legitimate, I don't want to say contender, but has a chance to win a round or two. Okay. Next is the only tier that has one team. What do you want? And by what do you want, that's multi-leveled with the Lakers. To the Lakers, what do you want to be? Do you want to be the Lakers and try to win championships? Or do you want to rest on the fact that, oh, we're the Lakers? Because quick little story for you. Once upon a time, the Boston Celtics won 16 titles in 50 years. They have won one title in the last 35 years. Can go quick. Did you know, fun fact, Wilds, I'm 37 years old. The Boston Celtics have as many championships in my lifetime as the Kansas City Royals. You might think that's not accurate. It is accurate. I was born in 1984. That is a warning to the Lakers. It is not a birthright to be great every decade, even though you have been. You still have LeBron. You still have Anthony Davis. Make something happen. The other thing of what do you want to the audience? What do you want from me? You want me to put LeBron further down? That's not happening, guys. All right, next. Championship upside. Need some tweaks, but if everything falls right, you could get to the finals. Brooklyn's got a ton of questions, but the answer to a lot of it is we have Kevin Love. Yeah, I'm giving it. Well, let's see what they do. Listen, they as I've always said, Brew, what is the best year for the Nets? Next year, and right now we are talking about next year. The Suns, what are you going to do with Ayton? Is Chris Paul going to be able to maintain? And did you guys just fall apart because of COVID, or was that just an odd leak? Where it's like, no, we weren't bad. We just totally broke all the NBA's COVID rules, and it could have infected the Mavericks, which could have cost the Mavericks the chance against the Warriors. Set that aside. Sixers, Harden, I don't know, but you still have Embiid. The Nuggets, we got to see how healthy your two secondary pieces are, but you still have Jokic. And the Heat, Pat Riley's got something up his trick up his sleeve. They all, if everything falls right, can win the championship. But now, the 6 best teams in basketball. Title contenders, this is self-explanatory. The Celtics, the Grizzlies, the Warriors. They all proved this year that they are obvious title contenders as presently constituted. They don't need to make any change like the teams beneath them might need to in order to potentially win the title. Boston should be better. The Grizzlies, one would hope, would be healthier. And the Warriors literally just won the title. Okay, the top 3, potentially devastating. To me, these are far and away the 2 best teams in the Western Conference heading into next year. The Clippers and the Mavs. I already like the minor move the Mavs made, but they also have the best player in the conference who's only going to get better. And the Clippers trust their coach. I like some of the moves they've made depth-wise. And you got to think Kawhi Leonard is going to be the freshest any player's ever been after he's missed what's going to end up being a year and a half with an injury some people come back from in 9 months. So I actually, for the first time in my life, can say I believe in the Clippers. And then the overwhelming favorite, the team that would have coasted to a title this year if not for the Middleton injury, that employs, I know this will surprise you, 27-year-old Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's still 27 and doesn't turn 28 until late December. He's only going to get better. They are the overwhelming favorites. There's the way too early tears. What'd you eat a bad pear, Broussard? What's that look on your face?
Got a heartburn.
Pretty much.
Sarah's got a heartburn.
Pretty much. I mean, look, Hubs, Keta, can we change the name from Nick's way too early NBA tears to Nick's way too wrong NBA tears? This is egregious, Nick Wright. Have you learned nothing? It was a week ago that the Golden State Warriors won the championship, and because I know how your tiers work, you got them as the fourth best team in the West? In the West? I mean,
I have three teams ahead of them in the league.
There should be.
It's not left to right. It's top to bottom.
You've got yeah. I know your little schemes. I know how it works. Even if it doesn't go that way. For them to not be the favorite is disrespectful. It's just flat out disrespectful.
What?
And nobody should be an overwhelming favorite. No one. Okay? No one should be an overwhelming favorite in the whole league.
Wow.
The Bucks aren't even the overwhelming favorite in the East. I'll give you a favorite, but not overwhelming. Here's the thing. You mentioned Giannis is 27. Well, Jrue Holiday's not. He's 32, entering his 14th year, coming off a postseason in which he shot 38%. And Chris Middleton, your savior, coming off one of his worst seasons, well, a down season, let's put it that way. A down season in which his field goal percentage and his three-point shooting percentage dropped significantly. And the two playoff games he did play before he injured his knee, he averaged 14 points. So that's the savior? I mean, again, I like the Bucks in the East above everybody else, but only slightly. So overwhelming favorite, no way. But to get to the Warriors, for you to disrespect them and put them behind the Clippers, who I do like, Dallas, Christian Wood, really? You like them that much?
No, it's
that
about Luka.
Much that they're definitely better than Golden State.
What about Tim Hardaway Jr. coming back?
Okay, Tim Hardaway Jr., shout out to senior, but really? Really? All right, so calm down. The Warriors should be much higher. And Memphis, I'm not sure they're a contender yet. They're still very young.
Ooh.
But go, Nick, Andrew Wiggins, you had a chance to come back from that tape. And you just keep digging down further and further. Andrew Wiggins is going to ball next year. Klay Thompson is going to be better. Jordan Poole, who was killing it this year, is going to kill it next year. And then they got all the young boys. So Golden State should be the favorite. Not overwhelming favorite, but the favorite out of respect. And then the Bucks under them. Way too wrong, Wilds. Way too wrong.
Just very quickly here. First of all, one day Brew might believe in the Bucks. I don't know when that's going to be. He always says, I like the Bucks too, but then refuses to pick them. 2 years ago, had the Nets. This year, had the Nets, then had the Celtics. Just won't pick the Bucks. You all call them the favorite, but then you know you're going to hear that siren song from Brooklyn and go with them like you always do. Like, but they were your second choice. You had the Nets. You had the Bucks like in the morass with the Bulls or some nonsense. That's first of all. Second of all, I'm glad to be able to announce officially, I now am the Ja Morant guy on the show. I thought it was Brew after it was Wild. Yeah. But Brew said they're not contenders.
Yep.
Oh!
You cannot
stay over there.
No.
Stay over there. Someone send that to Ja. And then, lastly,
I got Ja.
Wild.
Ja.
Oh, well, then you might need to retract. Call him not a contender.
It was a team statement, not an individual
I should have made this clear, and maybe I didn't. These are the way too early NBA tiers for this upcoming season. So Brew's entire dissertation about who just won last season's championship means nothing to me. It is not, just because you won the title doesn't mean you go into the next season as the favorite. That's not how it works. So
That's right.
if it was, there'd be no reason for the segment. Just be like, hey, print out the playoff bracket. That's the tiers. That's not how it works. Go ahead, Wiles.
Yeah, we need it. Okay. Quick story. I don't keep my phone on vibrate, or I don't have any alarms on. I just have it sit there, and I check it when I want to. But last night, my phone was sitting on the table, and it started to vibrate like it was Jurassic Park when the T-Rex starts coming. Like, what is going on with this phone? It wanted me to check it. I pull it up, and next thing you know, I go to Twitter, and guess what I see? This video. Oh, my gosh. Guess who is right through my phone and now into your home? Zion, looking great, throwing medicine balls, doing bench presses, throwing down dunks. You know what I thought? Ooh, when I saw this. Sneaky MVP candidate next year? Oh, it's too early. I don't know. Was Ja sneaky MVP candidate this year? Same thing with Zion. Is going to be healthy, going to come back, average 20 points. And who's he going to join that also averaged 20 points?
20.
Oh, guess who it is? Brandon Ingram. So Brandon Ingram did not just sort of come into his own as the silver lining of missing Zion. This is my favorite clip from Brandon Ingram. It's when my guy, Jose Alvarado, signed his contract. Brandon Ingram, in a show of support, brought an old school point and shoot camera and like, hey, let me capture this for all time. I'm not quite sure how it works. It doesn't matter. It's just good team camaraderie and leadership. And then finally, the third guy who averaged 24 points, I think, during the year, C.J. McCollum.
Yeah.
So now you're going to come in to next year with three guys averaging 20 points. I understand Zion wasn't there, so maybe everyone goes down a little bit. I don't know. I think all three guys could average 20 points. CJ gives you that leadership. Jose Alvarado has got sort of the attitude. Brandon Ingram came into his own.
Too.
Zion is the dark horse MVP candidate. Woo! Let's move him up. I might move him up to the championship.
You know
upside.
what? Wiles.
A little Western Conference.
Unlike Brew's commentary, which was just a giant bucket of wrong, I agree with everything you said. It's great takes by Wilds.
Hello.
Listen, I can't elevate him to championship upside yet, but I think he did a great job.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from First Things First, or go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.